Yo, can you hear us, people? I hope you can.
Sorry about those technical difficulties. We are joined very patiently in the studio in the doghouse by Major G. What up?
Indeed. What's good with it?
Oh, it's everything, to be honest with you. We appreciate you taking the time to come out. I'm sorry for this kind of obstruction. It'll look good in the final product, I
it's
promise.
all good, man. I appreciate y'all having me here. Much gratitude.
Oh, we're humbled to have you here. We're huge fans, and we're excited to talk about the last probably 5 years, if not starting from the beginning. But we got a little bit of business to take care of at the beginning of the show.
Let's get it.
More information can be found on Instagram at Major the General.
Mm-hmm.
And again, SunDogs TC. Before us, you were listening to the 94.1 FM music rotation. If you have clean, again, radio-edited tracks that are R&B or hip-hop, please send them over to sundogstc@gmail.com. We'll get those right on the show.
Yeah, and any other musicians not hip hop and R&B? Did you already say that?
I did not yet.
Okay, if you've got any music and you're not hip hop and R&B, station manager at WFNU.org will put your music in the WFNU music rotation.
Friday nights are hot. Obviously, SunDogs present local vibes, kicking us off. And then more of that WFNU music rotation, Fridays from 7 to 9. Get the gravy hot, Fridays at 9.
And Basic Beat with DJ Dom Terrace, Fridays at 10 p.m.
Club 120 Plus with Sid DeLuca, Fridays at 11 p.m.
And then other great shows to check out on WFNU include Midday Escape with Philip Gracia, Fridays and Saturdays at noon.
The morning program with Dr. Rick Burnett, weekdays at 7 a.m.
The Extra Dimension with Ian R. Buck, Sundays and Wednesdays at 9 p.m.
The 9:45 show, that's Saturday, 9:45, with a replay Wednesday at 9:45.
T. Frazier Motivational Talks is Thursdays at 3 p.m.
Hits and History of the 60s, 70s, 80s with Dr. Rick Burnett, live 8 a.m. replays every day at midnight, because we know you're up.
And Funk to Your Ears is 7 p.m. Tuesdays and Saturdays.
Don't forget about T. Frazier's Motivational Talks, Thursdays at 3 p.m.
Don't forget about it.
And don't forget about the station managers. They're keeping it on lock.
They're great. They're doing a great job. They put up with us, and they put us up in a cool spot, so can't complain.
Thanks again. Shout out to a few of the shows focusing on the local Twin Cities hip-hop scene, including Soda Sound Radio, hosted by the B&E crew, Nacho Suave and Half Pint. That's Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Otherwise, you can just look up Soda Sound. More information can be found by searching Soda Sound on Facebook. SOTA, like Minnesota.
Chopping It Up with Pops is another podcast, video, blog type thing with hip-hop and R&B artists. It's on Facebook.
Mini Rapless podcasts with Logan Michaels. That is going to be on YouTube. You can find that. That used to be a residency. Now it's turned podcast.
Mixcloud is where you'll find information on DJ Buster Baxter's show. That's live every Friday with the St. Paul crew.
And the B&E Music channel is where you can find the Walrus the Human show.
Got another great show for you today. Major G in the studio.
In the
last
doghouse.
week we had was it Minnesota Cold?
Yeah, we had Minnesota Cold sitting down where you're sitting right now last week.
Next week,
Tough.
yeah, next week we've got Tuvok the Words.
Yeah, we'll get to grill him. Replays of SunDogs present local vibes, and exclusive content and performances can be found at anchor.fm/localvibes. That's where the audio can be found.
And YouTube, SunDogs TC, is where all the information and video archives are.
There's 3 ways to listen live Fridays at 6. 1 is being in the Frogtown community.
94.1 FM.
2, 94 or WFNU.org/live to listen live.
And then the Live 365 app. You just search for WFNU and bada bing, bada boom. You know it. Also, live on YouTube. Babies.
Bing, bang, boom. Again, live shows are Fridays from 6 to 7. Replays are Mondays from 3 to 4. More information can be found at Major the General on Instagram. And is that the social media that your people use the most, or is it across all social media? It's Major
I'm
the
everywhere,
General?
yeah. Everything Major the General, if not Major G. I also got my own website called themoguls.com, which is TheMogolz.com.
More information about the show and SunDogs can be found at SunDogs TC. And Friday night at 6, tell them what to do. Tell them what you can do.
Yeah,
if you wish.
If you want information about being on the radio, call 651-313-5125.
That's the studio line.
And we're in here every Friday, 6 to 7. So no matter what Friday it is, if it's from 6 to 7, 651-313-5125.
651-313-5125.
And you can request a song, ask the guest a question.
Yeah, Major G will give you his favorite cookie recipe.
We'll do the classic birthday shout outs.
We'll do the psychic reading.
We'll do anything you want. Just don't swear.
Don't swear. If you don't swear, we'll put you on the air. Again, more information can be found at Major the General on Instagram. Studio phone 651-313-5125. There's a few shows going on that we want to let you know about. First, a few open mics. The Urban Lights open mic. That's every first Thursday of the month, hosted by Vlad G and AKA Kobe. That's at Urban Lights in St. Paul. Mm-hmm. Some people call it a record store. I call it a museum. That's from 5:30 to 8 p.m.
The Freight Room open mic is in Hopkins, the Depot Coffee House, and it's hosted by Good Boy every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Every Monday at the Red Sea in Minneapolis from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. is going to be a phenomenal lineup of music every Monday, correct?
Exactly, yep.
Curated by Ham Bones.
No, DJ Cam
DJ
Jones.
Cam Jones. Give us a call, 651-313-5125. And then Mic Check at Creative MPLS in Minneapolis, hosted by Sem Hyena, every Thursday from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. And what was that show you were talking about before we went live on air? Tonight.
Oh yeah, shout out to Metasoda and Tech. They got a show going on tonight at the Ice House, starting at 9. Show begins at 10.
Be there or be square.
Yes, sir.
It's as simple as that. 651-313-5125 is the studio phone. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all of the business. If you're just tuning in, you are listening to SunDogs present Local Vibes and right on the spotlight, Major G.
Indeed.
We're going to start from the beginning. We've got a small window of time. We're going to play the songs at the very end, if you're cool with that.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to start with what we like to start with.
What's that?
That is your origin story, like comic book style. So from the very beginning, including other aliases you might have rapped or performed it under, but yeah, all the way back. Like, what were your parents listening to? Like, were you writing poems in elementary school? Were you in choir, band? Like,
so like the timeline.
How the heck you got here is what we want.
Well, to kind of keep it brief, I was born and raised on the south side, so that's where everything started, just on 43rd and Portland, getting my studio equipment and recording with everybody from school and just building my name, just being from out here and being out in the streets, moving around. And basically I just got my name Major G from Major the General, because I was going by Major the General and people just started calling me Major G, so I took it and ran with it.
Yeah, rolls off the tongue.
I started rapping first, but then I got tired of trying to find beats for myself, so I started making beats after my friend had passed me like the Fruity Loops demo. So this was like when I was 13. So after that, I didn't look back. I just looked up whatever I could look up, linked up with whoever I could link up with. And just for the sake of everything, let me say shout outs to Cam Jones.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I've known bro since I was like 4, so like I gave him my first Sega Genesis when my game broke, he had the chords, and instead of fixing it, I was like, you can just have it, man.
Nice.
And we've been locked in ever since.
Yes.
So shout outs to bro.
Ever since Sonic the Hedgehog.
Basically,
Yeah.
all of that Ninja Turtles, Streets of Rage.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'd love to put any of those sound effects in a song.
Oh yeah, I already
All
beat
over
you
it.
to it.
All
Oh,
over
exactly.
It's in there. It's in there. And I got more to record too. I got a Golden Axe sample that hits. So
Very nice. Very nice.
most definitely.
So it's been Major the General / Major G from the beginning of your producer and rapping career.
Yes, sir.
But that's been going on, since you were very young. Sounds like 13.
I started rapping when I was 4, and then at 13 I started making beats. So
Nice.
that's where everything came into play.
What was the first turning point after you kind of had both skills in your pocket, both production and writing and performing the raps? What was what was the epiphany to make you want to start doing it even more professionally / strategically?
Just getting better and putting more time into it, and finding my voice. Just going through that journey made me feel like, okay, I know what I'm doing, and what I'm doing isn't no different than what the greats before me did. The only difference is technology and the times. So I seen it as I had the tools to make everything that I want to happen. So I went with it.
Yeah, that's very cool. Little disappointed there was no embarrassing rapper aliases that you started as.
I mean,
that's always fun to hear.
All I had was my middle name is Sterling, so I started with ST.
Okay.
And yeah, we used to pass out CDs, so that's like rare. If you find a CD with that, you're gonna hear a lot of profanity, a lot of squeaky voices.
And what age was that?
That was around probably up until 13 is where I made the name switch.
Nice.
Because I adapted the name Major for taking my music seriously, and the General for me being a leader in my sound and how I see myself moving in the game. Just as a leader, I lead the sound, and that came with the beats. So everything just fell organically into play, like divine timing, I call it.
I love that.
Heck yeah. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was gonna say that.
You have been busy, to say the least. I mean, you've been busy since the beginning, it sounds like, but always improving, I've noticed. Always at it. I guess we could ask you about COVID, if that changed up your moves at all, or if you had just been doing it for so long it was easy to just kind of find the path to take during all that.
I feel like it did and it didn't. It affected more of my family more than it affected my moves, because I was already kind of isolated, secluded, just working on stuff, getting myself together. And when that happened, it kind of worked in my favor in my schedule. So it was just like, okay, we got to be in the house more and get more work done.
Is that when the development of True Indeed came about? Was during the lockdown? It's like, all right, I gotta...
True Indeed actually came about with that, and at the start of COVID, my main laptop that I make my beats off of went down.
Oh, man.
So I had to get that fixed, which took probably about 6 months to get everything back together. So in the meantime, I was working at Activision at the time, and shout outs to my brother Don Taylor. He had showed me how to make beats on the iPad on this program called Beatmaker 3. So I went and got that situated, got an iPad, got the Beatmaker 3, watched like 2 YouTube videos, and it was off. It was over after that, and I figured out how to sample on there, because you actually got to play it with the drum pads. So I did that, and after I made Dolo Lobo, that was my first song I made off of there. And after that, I was like, yeah, True Indeed's coming together.
Nice.
This is the sound I want to go with.
Yes, just for anybody listening, we like to imagine that the audience is like aspiring hip hop and R&B artists, just
Right.
kind of like learning about their favorite artists and also like trying to pick up tips and stuff like that. A program on the iPad that you can sample with and stuff like that. That's pretty
Yes,
cool.
sir.
Do you know if you had to pay for that?
It was
app?
$30.
But like worth it.
One time or a year?
one time. So it's not a subscription-based program.
And
You pay $30, and
what was
that's
that called again?
Beatmaker 3.
Beatmaker 3 on the iPad. So iPads, you could probably pick one up that could run the app for like $100, $150, and then grab the app, and then you can produce,
You're good to
sample,
go.
all that.
And you can hook your Dropbox up to it too, so it's easy to import your sounds
gosh.
directly into the program.
That's perfect.
And yeah,
What albums have you been iPadding since on? Like what?
well, I haven't been focused so much on albums. I had reached.
Like, did you produce True Indeed?
Yeah, I produced the whole
Gotcha.
True Indeed off the iPad. Every beat you hear
Crazy.
on there, it's all iPad beats.
That's amazing.
Appreciate it, man. Much
Yeah,
gratitude.
that's crazy. Where there's a will, there's a way. So don't think just because you don't have what you see other people have, and then you can't figure it out. Because
You can do it without the huge music video studio.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean.
Or the big budget.
Or the big
Yeah,
budget.
exactly.
Like you're saying, technology changed the game,
Yeah,
and you can do so much with so little.
facts.
We were talking with Minnesota Cold last week, and he was sharing that even a USB mic or the mic on your phone can be enhanced and modulated with the right program. So
Oh yeah, I know some people that record directly off their phones, like full songs, like just using the mic on their phone.
Oh, cool.
So yeah,
So
I haven't gotten to that myself, but I've seen it done, and it blows my mind every time.
We gotta take a quick break. We'll be
Let's
back
get it.
here in about 2 minutes.
Indeed.
Oh, there we go. Welcome
Yeah.
back. Welcome back to SunDogs and Local Vibes. We are sitting down with Major G. More
Indeed.
information can be general. Oh!
exactly. So yeah, we were talking a little bit about. That's all good. These should be up probably a little bit more.
Talking about the production of True Indeed
Yes,
and
sir.
using your means and not, utilizing the development of technology to your creative benefit.
Yeah, I got, so just because you've been doing it for so long, you've probably tried a bunch of different ways in order to find out, like, exactly how you like to do anything, whether it's beat making, writing, all of that, whether it's, take 4 years to make an album, or whether it's, like, we're pumping out singles, like, once a week. Is there, we artists recently have been talking about, like, the trend towards, like, singles versus full albums, and like kind of holding people's attention with singles versus like maybe spending a whole year on an album, or maybe if your skills or your bankroll isn't big enough to make like the perfect album, maybe not worry about that early in your career. Would you have any advice to artists regarding stuff like that?
I'd say I never tell anybody what to make, because it's all about what you feel. But for everybody that I'm working with right now, we're just focusing on singles and getting everything out there, just for the simple fact that this is just a fact, nobody has ever heard a whole album at once. You can't listen to every song at once. You can only listen to one song at a time.
That's true.
So at the end of the day, before you ever wanted to hear an album from somebody, you had to find that song that they like first. And it's great for building a catalog, but if you want people to really lock in with you, it's better to give them one meal at a time rather than trying to fill the fridge. You know what I mean? So. And
you can definitely put in like the same amount of effort into a single rollout as you would an album rollout, like getting the music video ready, getting like the promo going like a couple months in advance for it, little sneak previews, photo shoots.
Yeah, and there's ways you can do both. Like you can get the album done, sit on it, and then just go single crazy until people are ready for that album, and then you'll always have that ready.
Exactly. Have something in the chamber ready to go.
Some type of plan. You know what I mean?
Are there any like time-saving tip? Like, is there any advice you would give yourself maybe 5 years ago or 10 years ago that you think would have benefited you, like to be further than you are today if you would have started doing things this way? Like working with other people, not working with other people, or anything like that?
I would say advice I'd give to myself. Let's see. So 5 years ago, I'd say the advice I'd give to myself is to basically focus more on singles.
Nice.
10 years ago, I would say keep your circle tighter. You can't help everybody. You gotta get, and if at least before you help everybody, make sure your situation is together. Make sure you got what you need to prosper and move forward, so that if you were to take a L, it's not an L, it's just a bump in the road, turbulence.
Yeah, it's not just good music advice, but good life advice in general, man. You can't help everybody. Make sure you're set before you're going, and taking away your safety.
And another big one too, 10 years ago, I would say get your mental health together first before you go into doing music and locking in on albums and everything. Your mental health is everything, and it affects your performance, it affects everything you do. So that's a big thing. Get your frequency together.
Yeah, that's huge. Again, life advice, not only professional advice, with Major G here on SunDogs Present Local Vibes. For more phenomenal content and staying up to date with Major G, Instagram at Major the General, and SunDogs TC as well.
I appreciate how careful you were with giving advice. It's nice to see you're not just like, do this. It's like very thoughtful on the response, and I definitely appreciate that. Recently, have you found your focus changing, or like any I'm botching it, coming up with the word for this. We were talking after you just went to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And your performance right after you came back was like the best I've ever seen you perform.
Oh man, appreciate you.
So, is there any like new mindset you've had recently, or like any? I mean, like, is there? Is it what is anything changed? Is there a new like what are you focusing on these days specifically? What is your like motto? What's your
In regards to
MO?
performance specifically?
Performance or even what you're doing with music, whether it's focusing more on beats, focusing more on performing or promotion. Or...
So if anything changed is the question, right?
Yeah.
So basically I just took more time to, like with COVID and everything, I took extra more time to get my mind right, get my mental health together. And because I've dealt with depression like, man, 5. So I have spurts where I was just down, couldn't see nobody, out of it. So that was the main change I had to make, was to find the peace within myself.
Yeah.
And really figure out what was bugging me. And mainly what was bugging me was the whole laptop situation. And I had to pull myself out of that and realize not only is there a future of creation for me, I'm about to reach the next level just with this iPad. So that coming into True Indeed, after True Indeed was made, that really was my change. The change was getting everything out of my system that I had built up from not being able to create when I wanted to create. And that was the main change.
Yeah, that's rough, man. Losing I've talked to so many artists that right after they lost like a laptop or hard drive, and they are seriously considering never making music again after that happens.
It's a reality check. Give us a call, 651-313-5125 if you've ever had a computer or laptop crash on you, because if you're a creative type, I'm sure you have.
Exactly. And like Major G says, it's like you are a creator, you will be able to create more. You really don't even need to try to stress about like remembering what was on your phone, because you can. The only way to move is forward, and you gotta let it go. And if that was the difference for you, and that, and you're like, there's just everything you've been doing lately, man. It's good to hear that you are focused and not letting that hold you back anymore.
Oh man, I can't.
And putting a priority on your mental health, that's huge. That's something that I think is, not talked about, especially in the hip-hop community.
Exactly, yeah.
With the facades and the images are so important. It's like we gotta focus on what's within ourselves before we can step on that stage.
And half of the time when you see all these dudes lashing out, they got real demons going on.
Straight
that
up.
They're not facing, or even recognizing that they have to face it. Sometimes you just think something's wrong with you and you don't. You can't shake it, but at the same time, you don't know, like, you had a good day. He had a decent day. You know what I mean? And you just can't appreciate it because you have something more deeper in you that you have to face and deal with. And that's what I had to come to terms with. So it wasn't just the laptop missing. It was the deeper end of that. You know? So, and that I put all into True Indeed once I came out of that.
Yeah.
So... it worked out.
It's a phenomenal album. You can find that streams everywhere.
Yes, sir. Streaming on Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, wherever you stream music at.
Bing, bang, boom. That's True Indeed. That dropped 2021. What month this year?
I want to say end of January, if not top of February. It was supposed to drop at the end of last year, but I just took my time with it. I didn't want to rush it, but I did update my deadline. And I was just recording so much I had to pull myself away from it.
We're hitting you with the rap attack. I guess if you could pop at least one can on, if you can hear this beat at all.
Let me see.
We're gonna grab a little freestyle from you. Try not to swear.
To this joint?
If you're into it.
This ain't my type of joint.
It's no biggie.
This ain't my type of joint, otherwise I'd go in.
We got the second one. What about this one?
I heard that one. I ain't.
No.
But see, that's the thing too. I'm not really I'm an artist. I'm not really like a rapper. Go on. Like I really like rapping to my beats because everything's a mood, everything's a vibe, everything's like the moment. It's not. It's deeper than just. All right, let's rap. You know what I mean? Like I gotta really rock with and vibe and catch the energy of the music that I'm getting. Because the energy I get from that, I give back from it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so,
exactly.
So I'm very picky with my beats. I don't want to disappoint y'all.
No worries.
It's totally respectable.
If you have any complaints, give us a call. 651.
If they want to complain, they can come see me. They can, you know what I mean? They can deal with that personally.
But that's a phenomenal way to look at it, and I can attest to it for sure.
Yeah, like it's like. It's the new generation of artists, you know. Everybody ain't the same type of artist, and everybody's not the same type of rapper, so to speak.
Exactly. So, yeah, you don't need to be putting yourself in a box, and
but
you don't
I like
need to
that
be
rap attack though, y'all.
I
think y'all slick.
We did surprise you. This was the biggest surprise we've done on one of those.
Oh yeah, definitely. I personally, you know, with any artist, painter, actor, rapper, jazz musician, if you can improvise, that's just an icing on the cake. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a part of the art style. You know, but it's like ask a painter to paint on the chalk,
right?
I mean, or on the cement right now. Grab the paint and get your canvas and lay it down on the ground.
Yeah, paint something phenomenal. No drafts, no anything like that. Yeah, no, I definitely understand.
To each their own.
And then you know, I express myself with cuss words sometimes. So.
Oh yeah, probably best for our station manager's sake that we don't go off the top of this. I can't think of the word. Sweary mind.
Yeah, exactly. What's
sailor mouth?
What you said you were kind of focusing on singles, the group of people you're working with at the moment. Anything on the horizon that you can announce?
So I do have
other than what just
dropped the album coming out of I guess the first wave of COVID hot. We'll see how the rest of COVID goes.
Exactly.
But
and just dropped that single they sent to us, right?
I just dropped the single, The Keep On. That's out now, along with the music video that I shot and directed myself.
That's cool.
Well, Sharif shot it. I directed and edited.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
So shout outs to Sha. Also, right before that, I just dropped. I know I said I wasn't dropping albums, but this is not my album. This is for my label, The Moguls.
Nice.
And MGZ Presents KIP is out now as well, streaming on all platforms. Shout outs to Frank. Shout outs to Vaughn. Shout outs to, everybody on the album, Chrissy.
Excuse me.
So many different people on there. Shout out to Smoother Vandross.
Whoa.
Shout outs to Ty Stick.
Is that the one with like a bajillion tracks on there?
Oh yeah,
27
it's a big compilation album, heavy on the South Side. A lot of South Side artists on there.
Very cool.
And all people that are working with the label right now. So
that's crazy. Yeah. How did you
streaming everywhere?
Streaming everywhere. MGZ Presents KIP.
Was that just like word of mouth, or people you've known since school, or how did all of you get associated together?
This is all people I've known since school and just moving around in the streets, seeing people and meeting new people. And really how this album came about was it was Vaughn's idea to make a group album with all the guys. Everybody's getting inspired from the music we're making and they want to record too. So I brought the studio to the hood. I just grabbed all my equipment and we went and set it up at the house and we got it done that weekend. And basically prior to that, they all kind of got into rapping while I was doing my True Indeed phase.
Okay.
Because I would make beats, go over there, play them for them. Everybody have a little freestyle session, and that would be that. So we just took that energy and snowballed it into a whole album.
That's like such a huge undertaking. I guess good question to ask you, since we've found no standard of like. We sent you open verse. You didn't get back to us within 2 weeks, or like a month, or it's been 2 months now. Like, since you've probably sent out beats to a bunch of people and had to wait for them to finish their verse, like,
Thanks.
how is there like a standard time you like to wait, or is it like?
It's funny. My guy Shaw was just asking me that. I really don't wait. I will put the name by the beat of who has the beat, and from there, basically.
48 hours. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, it depends. It varies. You know what I mean? It's like some people, most people that pull up on me and get a beat pay me.
Okay.
So
that's theirs.
That's theirs. That's out of my folder. It's gone.
But for this project, you had to get them all in by a certain time.
That's why I brought the studio to the hood.
Yeah.
Everybody who wanted to be on the project had to pull up. If you didn't pull up,
with some stuff,
that's it. You know what I mean? Like, so. Yeah, we had dudes like breaking their schedules, getting off of work, pulling up, getting their verses done, and leaving. That was it.
Nice. I mean,
because now I'm way out in the burbs, so it would have been hard to get everybody and get emails and all of that. So we just did everything personal.
We're sitting down with Major G, and he's talking about the production. I'm sorry,
MGZ presents KIP.
Boom, streaming everywhere. We're gonna take a quick break. This is SunDogs present Local Vibes. We'll be right back sooner than you know. Welcome back to SunDogs Present Local Vibes. It's a break. If you are listening to this in the future, if you're joining us live right now, that's a little bonus. You didn't even have to wait. We're sitting down with Major G.
Indeed.
And talking about, again, using technology to go to the artist and record the verse.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, whether it's in the living room or in the bathroom, in the guy's closet, it's
we were actually in the living room, to be exact. And they had a closet in the living room, so
that's perfect.
We made it work that way.
And
we broke the door too. Sorry about that.
Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, sometimes you gotta break a couple doors to make an omelet.
That's true.
Man.
Well, to capture a moment in the Twin Cities music scene like that, in the South Side scene like that, it's great. It's going to be phenomenal. You know, moving. I mean, it's out right now. It's already a piece of history.
Yes, sir. And shout outs to my nephews. My nephews are on there as well. One is going to be 21 soon, and the other one is 10. So
and they both got at least a part on there?
Oh, they got full. Well, the 10-year-old has a full song. He just by himself.
Oh my gosh.
And my oldest nephew, he's on the song with me, and shout outs to Chemo Marley.
Nice.
Wow. How many tracks is that? Because
I want to say 23. I think it's 23.
Yeah, because I was going to ask about Indeed Season.
Yeah.
If that was a compilation or if that was Travis Scott style.
See,
I'm just going to make a 40-track album.
I'm glad you said that. It was actually, it ended up being a compilation because it's the first trilogy of the Indeeds that I started.
Okay.
So a lot of those songs, when I dropped them originally, there wasn't a way to get my music on iTunes and all streaming platforms. And I was on TuneCore at the time. So TuneCore, for those who don't know, that's a distributing platform, put your music out on. So long story short, I was going through my folder and was like, these are great songs. People are got to hear these. Like, and I just tested the waters. I didn't know TuneCore didn't have no fine print of how many songs you could put on one album.
Yep.
So
because it's by the album, the TuneCore, yep.
Or by the single. So basically, I don't know if they still do this. I haven't tried it since, but basically, I paid $30 at the time to get, what was it? I think I want to say 60-something songs. I would have to look. 60-something songs on there. Had to type out everything myself, upload everything myself. I made the cover myself.
Whoa.
And that was it, man. It was go time from there, and didn't look back.
That's crazy to hear you do so much yourself. Is that more because you just like the creative control, or more like a lack of finding people who do the things you're trying to do that can do it on your schedule?
It's a combination of both, but it's more so I'm a visionary and I know what I want, and I like getting stuff done on my own, so that when you go around, I like to look at it like this. If I was playing in the NBA, I got to know which basket to put the ball in. So people don't just get into the NBA not knowing the rules. So you got to know the rules of the game, and that comes with everything: producing, mixing and mastering. I've mixed and mastered all my projects myself. And this is just from being around different people, learning and showing interest and putting that time in.
Yeah, putting in your 10,000 hours.
That's it. That's it. Literally, I went from trying to mix songs myself on sound recorder with just a microphone next to a speaker to actually getting mentored by RP DJ Cooley, Quicksilver Cooley from Chicago. He came and mentored me and taught me how to record myself and mix myself and sound good. So and perform.
Was he out here, or did you have to go out there?
He was out here at the time. Cool. And long story short, I had a show and a song popping called, it was called That Number. Now it's called Numbers. I was in a rap group. Y'all can go search in Mid-Coast the Team and find all that. With that said, long story short, he taught me everything I needed to know and got everything done, and I just implemented everything that he showed me to build it and learn on my own.
Yeah, what do you use to do the mixing and the mastering? Still on that same iPad program, or?
Nope. I got a desktop computer that I got Pro Tools 8 on.
Okay.
So, yep, I got that on there.
And that's what you were using in your mobile studio kit as well, was that desktop?
Yep, the desktop, Sterling Audio mic, and Pro Tools 8. Now they got, I heard now they got Pro Tools on a subscription thing. I don't like that, but
that's what like all of the Adobe Creative Cloud is. You you can't buy Photoshop you can't download Photoshop individually. You gotta do it monthly or do the whole Creative Cloud monthly. It's weird.
Yeah, that's them COVID prices.
Exactly.
They had to find a way to keep bleeding your pockets.
We're gonna play those 2 tracks that you had your people send over. The new one.
Yes, sir.
As well as one off of
True Indeed.
Mm-hmm. And right now we have The Hood first, just because we like that new.
Nice.
I do that because that's the
Keep On is the single.
Okay, let me swap those quick then. That's what we're gonna. I guess. Do you have a preference on which one we play first?
No, we can do the Keep On first.
Okay. talk a little bit about the genesis of the Keep On. I mean, especially after formulating and putting out True Indeed.
The Keep On is more so me falling back in love with my laptop, getting back on my bangers, and exploring new samples, new sounds. And the Keep On just came about just me freestyling over the beat.
Oh.
And
like that's where you found the flows and then wrote to that, or captured the freestyle, move on.
I found the flows and the chorus through that.
That's cool.
So basically, the Keep On is just about just keep going. Just kind of like what I've been saying this whole time is like you got to keep going no matter what's going on. You know, during the COVID, I had lost my uncle and my auntie, and I got 2 pendants made for them and put them on a Cuban. I would have wore both of them today, but I'm getting a new Cuban for my auntie. So, but yeah, it's just that started from there. Just, man, they're not here to see how far we came and all the things that we're doing and able to do. But I'm still gonna go. I gotta go. I gotta keep going. So
Exactly.
Yeah, as heavy as life gets, you can't let it weigh you down too much.
And I feel like everybody has something heavy going on right now. It's just the frequency I was picking up at the time. So I wanted to make something motivational that people can still bang and ride to. It's not a super sad song, you know.
Heck yeah, and you'll always be able to look back at this project now and remember this period of time. That's like my favorite part about making music. It's just like I go back and listen to it and I can remember like exactly what's going on that year. It's
Literally.
It's wild.
Any production breakthroughs or samples that you've never sampled before in the Keep On? Any
I don't remember the name, but again, shout outs to Shasha, because he put me on the YouTube channel that I found it on. And again, we had just picked up my phone. I shot all of it off of this right here. Edited off of here.
That's got to be 4K, right?
Yep, so all 4K. Just shot it off of there in that day and edited that day and set it up to drop this week. So
That's exciting. Is that the first video you've directed and edited?
no,
No.
First one was a song called Mom's Basement, and I'm probably wrong about that too. But I started on a more older iPhone, and everything wasn't 4K, so I definitely had a evolution in that process as well. So, but this is like, whew, you know what? I haven't counted, but this is like my third 4K video, to be fair.
Nice.
So we're just getting to the 4K structure.
Building the director's resume.
Yes, sir.
Any other art forms that you'd want to dip your toes into, whether it be film directing or painting or?
Like I said, like when I say I'm a visionary, it's like I do these things because I see it. I can see the vision for it, and I can see myself doing it. So I want to eventually own like my own video game publishing company, as well as movies and film. I got a children's book I'm gonna drop probably next year.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so awesome how much music and video games are tied together. I don't know if it was the same way for you, but
and it's connecting more with the youth today too. Like they're starting to all put it together, like Fortnite stealing our dances and all types of stuff. So it's like it's always been there, but now they're actually starting to make the connections.
Yep, that it's like a big part of the game. Is that, Tony Hawk or doing
NFL Street.
NFL Street. Oh my gosh. Or,
video games is a great way to find dope music. Like even outside of hip hop, you know, I found a lot of crazy songs that I would have never found on my own playing Tony Hawk. Like,
yeah, exactly. Or Midnight Club 2 Dub Edition.
Oh man. Oh yeah. That was the joint. That was the joint.
And then we also have The Hood featuring Metasota.
Yes, sir.
Off of True Indeed.
Yes, sir.
I mean, anything poignant going on in your life when you were writing that isn't reflected in the lyrics?
Nope. Everything that I was going through, I laid it all down.
Awesome.
Again, I just went in there and just freestyled it bar for bar. And I made the beat first, and I had the chorus. I came up with the chorus while I was talking to Cam Jones one night.
Okay.
And for some reason, we started talking about Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
And I was telling him, like, I always love that one song she did, Just Another Day. And that's where she had the same chorus that I use on here.
Nice.
And I decided to tell my story just being on the South Side.
Yeah.
And I had the beat on my Facebook story. And Meta hit me up and said, I like this beat. And
perfect.
again, divine timing. I had the chorus just laid down that day, and I sent it to him. And this is one of the rare occasions that I would do an email thing, because I've been trying to work with Meta since Soundset.
Yeah.
Because we were both on Soundset around the same time, 2013.
Okay.
Him and Greg Grease. So shout outs to them. And it worked out, man. It turned out beautiful, and I got to put out like kind of all the stresses that I've had in one day.
Yeah, let's get right into that. Sorry, we're out of time, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
I can talk forever.
Thank you so much for sitting down with us. We're definitely gonna have to have you back on the show.
Oh yeah, for sure.
True Indeed, streaming everywhere.
Yeah, a lot of good nuggets in there. Definitely check that out in the archives. Anchor FM. And,
Major the General on Instagram.
Yes,
SunDogs
sir.
TC
we're
as
about
well.
to play this.
Bow wow.
See you next
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Major on the beat.
Hey, keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on shining, keep on grinding, keep on shining, keep on grinding. Hey, keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on shining, keep on grinding, keep on shining, keep on grinding. Sliding in the caddy, but I'm trying to get the man back. Grinding so hard every night and day, but now I get the pain back. All on my own. I can't lie, I'm still in my bag. You can't copy me, feeling get mad. Take that week back like the past. I just roll up, then sit back and laugh. Shorty dipped and he quick with it now. I can see from the front all that back. She keep flicking her tongue when I pass. I'm about to see what's up with that. They cannot do what I'm doing. That's why they probably hate this. I dodging bullets like Matrix, but this isn't a movie. I'm blending the mix like a smoothie, then count up the ends with my 40. Got my uncle and aunt on a Cuban. They ain't here no more, but we still moving. Yeah, keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on shining, keep on grinding, keep on shining, keep on grinding. Hey, keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on shining, keep on grinding, keep on shining, keep on grinding. Indeed, it's G. Yeah, I said just another day living in the hood, just another day around the way, feeling good today. Hey, might spark some haze. Indeed, just another day living in the hood, just another day around the way, feeling good today. Hey, might spark some haze. G, who am I? Southside extraordinary. Jumped off the porch and my got bigger. OGs passed the torch, so I lit my swisher. Play with gods in them hollows, hit your soul like scripture. I'm feeling decent, trying not to let the trauma and depression sink in. And these ain't even bars, this is just that's my weekend. In the hood, you can't tell nobody to say you're tweaking. Like, ain't nothing wrong with you. I used to wake up to them sirens up on Portland Ave. I couldn't get no sleep with silence unless I had a fan. Don't ever try to compare me to another man. Like, what's a couple mil to a couple grand? Used to work the red and white dispatching cabs. Then hit the parking lot and serve a couple grams. Duke's got the Glock, she ain't throwing hands. If you was from my block, you would understand. Now I'm chopped on the roof, smoking Peter Pan. Feeling so fly, hope I never land. I was underground, bumping evidence. But if the police come around, hide the evidence. Just a young god trying to dodge a sin. Took a small loss, caught a bigger win. Plugged with the mob, I don't fold her bin. Been on this road so long, I can barely stand. Just another day, living in the hood. Just another day around the way. Feeling good today. It's Jay, spark some haze. Just another day, living in the hood. Just another day around the way. Feeling good today. Might spark some haze.
I'm just happy I'm present, at least half of me's pleasant. Was taught that broke's a state of mind, we don't have to be peasants. I can't wait until it's showtime, Anthony Pettis. Mask on and carried it for months like I'm actually pregnant. Now I'm after these prezzies, stack them to cushion the fall. Sun is in the music, though it's dope, I won't push them at all. Cherishing my ties to different women, no involved. Times have gotten tighter, almost miss it when Bush was in charge. Different now to be yourself, cold world can see your breath. Resisting it is futile, ain't no funerals for ego deaths. They go right, we go left. Flaming Cheeto fingers with the Frito breath. We no threat, telling us our people equal, we know best. Micro cannabis, micro management. The damn busters like Michael Anderson directing. Correction, cool, calm, collected. I'm plugged in, I don't care who y'all connect is. Capricorn, this is that goat talk y'all asking for. Can't perform, stage is probably nastier than candy corn. Shut it down like cancel culture. Y'all fool for random vultures circling the block like they lost until your man's approaches. From the soda, ain't no can of cola colder than Manitoba. When all I had was hope and Barry Sanders posters. Ever since been juking out they Jordans, I'm just bending blocks, nodding at the niggas on the corners.
I said just another day, living in the hood. Just another day around the way. Feeling good today. Might spark some haze. Just another day, living in the hood. Just another day around the way. Feeling good today. Might spark some haze.